Yo, 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 welcome to the Vibe Perspective, man. Listen, super excited to be back in action, back in motion, man. New year on the way, super excited. A little bit of rusty, but guess what, though? We're going to get to it, man. Got a special guest joining me on the show tonight. Super excited, man. This is my partner. This is my boy, man. I'm not going to lie. You know, and he's gracing me with his presence, man. I'm talking about journalist, PR specialist, man. And most importantly, my friend, man. You know what I mean? I'm super excited. Wanted to jump this show off with somebody, man, that I really vibe with before we get crazy with it. But anyway, man, it's the Vibe Perspective. It's something new, something fresh. Y'all tune in, stay locked in. We'll be right back, man. Y'all keep it locked. It's the Vibe Perspective with your boy, Kano the Don. Yep, we back. It's the Vibe Perspective. Something new. We getting geared up and prepped and prepared for the 2026 year. I know everybody got their what do you call it? Everybody got their plans of what they gonna do. Hopefully we can fulfill those goals. We always set those goals. Y'all already know how that goes. Anyway, I want to bring my guy up, man. We got a few things we want to chop it up and talk about, man. This is the first episode. So y'all just bear with us, man, while we get this motion going. Let me bring him in right now. I'm talking about the one and only Ike Morgan. There he is, Big Ike. What's up, baby?
Hey man, how you doing?
Chilling, man. Hold up, man. You got your cup right?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely, man. How your day was?
And I can't complain. It never hurts to complain.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Really nothing to complain about. It's we still here, man. It's good to see you though, man. We chopped it up in a minute, man.
Yeah, it's been too long, man.
I know. So much to talk about, so much going on in the world. A lot of stuff to change too, though, man. You know what I mean? Like so much stuff has changed in over a 3 year period in the world, man. It's just I'm trying to find my footing throughout it all too, because you know what we knew once before, man. It's just it's gone for sure. It's gone for sure. So we got a few things I want to chop it up about, man. I definitely want to chop it up about this Jake Paul fight last night, man. I mean, like, I definitely want to get your thoughts on this, man. Like, what you think about it?
Yeah, man. I was first of all, I was about to fall asleep just waiting on the main event. But I'm
Why it
glad I
takes so
watched it.
long? Why it takes so long? Like, it really takes super long, man.
And even the whole introduction, the fight before they even get to the fight, it just takes a while with them trying to hype the fight up and everything.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was happy to see Jake Paul finally get knocked out. I can't, I must admit, but I still credit him for the heart that it would take to fight a real fight this time. Somebody like
Yeah.
AJ. He's still fairly young, being that he's only 36, and he was a superstar when he was boxing. He, I think, retired 2 years ago.
Right. Right.
But
I never really heard of never really heard too much about Anthony Joshua, man. You know what I mean? But just watching him though, he definitely looked like he's a powerhouse puncher for sure.
yeah, and Jake Paul got lucky that he kept, dropping to the floor purposely. He would have gotten knocked out a lot sooner.
Yeah, definitely,
But yeah,
man.
that's the only part I was a little taken aback by the fact that Jake Paul kept, falling to the floor, trying to like that's why the crowd started booing. Come on, we're here to see a fight. And even the
Right.
referee said, he said, hey, we're
Yeah.
paid to see a fight.
The commentators they was talking about it too. They was like, he's doing it again.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's I think it was kind of a reality check for him though, because he the guy broke his jaw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a reality check for him. And it's really not a game when you in that ring like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's really serious, and I really think that this was a real reality check for him, though. I'm not even gonna lie. When I was watching it, I definitely wasn't impressed at all. I was more impressed with Anthony than anything. I definitely see a bright future for him. I still think with the proper train, I think he needs another trainer though for him to really like become elite, somebody that'll be elite. Because I seen him kind of sloppy a little bit too,
Right.
with a few things that he was doing or whatever. Because he seems like he's more of a power puncher than anything. But at the end of the day though, I definitely I know a lot of people was upset, like for real, because it really wasn't like a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, to piggyback off what you said, really AJ was supposed to knock him out in the second round. That's what everyone was predicting. So it was more of
Oh,
an upset for him to
to go
not knock
six,
him
go
out
six,
until the
yeah,
sixth
go
round.
6 rounds with him.
Yeah,
Right.
because he's fought way bigger people, than Jake Paul.
Oh, really? So
And
you know a little bit about him?
I know just a tad about him, but yeah, but he's retired actually. So he stepped back in the
Oh,
ring because Jake. You remember the fight at first was supposed to be between Jake Paul and what's his name?
that's who I really
Advance.
wanted to see.
Yeah,
I
Tank
really
Davis,
wanted
but
that. Yeah,
Tank would have killed Jake Paul. So
yeah.
either way, he was doomed.
Either way, because I think Tyson was more like Tyson just was trying to get a bag. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He was just trying to get a bag. And I really honestly don't blame him. You know, he just wanted to get a bag, man. And he went the full ride too, all around,
Right.
you know what I mean? But that was a quick
He's
little
lucky.
bag for him.
If he would have fought Tyson, what Tyson was pushing 60. If he would have fought Tyson even at 50, he would have been he
Oh
would have been
no.
done.
Oh no. He definitely would have been done. But it's these arranged fights though. It's starting to just really seem like, really, to be honest with you, man, a lot of this stuff is really just starting to seem, it's starting to take the organicness out of it. You know what I mean? It's starting to be more scripted. I think the way that, and that's just my perspective, you know what I mean, because I just, it's just the things that I'm seeing now. I'm not feeling that organicness with a lot of stuff now in sports, you know what I mean.
Now, are you? I was at my barber earlier today, and he seems like a conspiracy theorist. We were talking about the fight.
Yeah.
So he feels like a lot of the fights are rigged. So are you one of those who kind of feel like,
I honestly, it's a sprinkle. It's a sprinkle of, because you gotta be real, man. Like all of this stuff is really entertainment. It's really
Mhm.
all in entertainment at the end of the day, and it's a lot of money involved. And you know how they go, man. The big players, the people that pretty much kind of control the world in a way, man. It's like, they kind of, because I'm not gonna lie, when you look at a lot of stuff, a lot of championship games and stuff like that or whatever, man. Like I'll never forget when Cam Newton them had that perfect season that year. And what was that? Who that was for the Broncos? What's his name, man? Peyton Manning was getting
Mhm.
ready to retire. And
Mhm.
you know, it's nowhere in what Cam Newton them, like, when it's like a Cinderella year, man, it's like it's just your year. It's nothing you could do. And but he was retiring that year, and man, they beat the brakes off of him, man. And then like right after the half, you seen I never forget that quick little glimpse they showed of Cam Newton on the sideline throwing the phone, throwing the phone down. So I guess he got that call, like, cause Cam was flipping in the end zone and doing all type of stuff. And right after
Hmm.
he got that call, that's when the whole energy shifted. So they
Right.
must have been like, "Hey, that's enough. Go ahead
Yeah.
on
It's a wrap.
yeah, go and shut it down. You put on a good show, but y'all gonna lose this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I believe it's something in there. I don't mind being entertained, but like at the end of the day, it just takes away from the organicness of it. Along with a lot of stuff, man. Like it's not just sports. It's entertainment too. Everything changed from what we knew. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
How you feel about while we on this? How you feel about the new AI artists?
Man, I think we're living in some scary times. So AI is creeping into every industry, I think. Um, and I would never have imagined an AI artist actually getting a record deal. To me,
Bro.
that's just ridiculous. I think AI is a great tool to use, um, maybe to help you reference a song
Right.
to shop to another artist,
Right.
but not full AI. It's like that's just crazy to me.
Right. Because my thing is like, okay, how okay, these AI artists are getting, they racking up streams, of course, and the people that's the owner of the AI artists are, I would presume, making money. But at the end of the day, how do you fall in love with these artists, with these AI artists? You're not gonna be able to go see them perform.
Exactly.
So what are you gonna do? Create hologram concerts?
That's gonna be next. That's gonna be next.
I'm just saying though.
Timberland, I think he has an AI artist. I believe I read that in the news. And I was
Yeah.
kind of shocked with him because I mean he's such a legend. So I love Timberland by the way, and loved his work, especially back in the early 2000s. But
Right.
I guess he's hopping on this AI train.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, I guess, I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie, because I kind of felt like, he would kind of be pro against it. Because my thing is, let me give a shout out to a few people too. Shout out to the one and only Strong Jewel in the building. Vibe family is in the building, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to the real Mac G in the building. What up? What up? Shout out to let me see here. Is that shout out to Nazir. What up? What up? What's going on? Nazir in the building. Appreciate the pull up. Definitely appreciate that. Um, yeah, I wanted to make sure I shouted out people, man, pulling up, taking time out of their day to pull up on us, man, show us some love for this first little episode, man. So my thing is this. I do have a problem with it, because I feel like we are getting so far away from um physical realness anymore. Man, I just feel like we're really living in the last days, because it's like to the point now, this AI stuff is fun and all of this stuff to certain people, everybody all excited and happy about it. But like at the end of the day, it's really doing a lot of damage um, to the world. It's
Yeah.
really doing a lot of damage to the world when you really, really think about it. Because I mean, man, this AI, this AI technology is really finna strip a lot of jobs from a lot of people. It's already doing it already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were worried the how quickly AI emerged. I know like when I was a reporter, we were a little afraid that like we'll lose our jobs because now they have these AI reporters that they call them. But one thing that I realized, which would probably be like a positive thing about AI, is that you can't lose that human touch. So I think a lot of media outlets are realizing that. But AI can actually be a tool that you can use, because it made our jobs a little easier as reporters, because I can use AI tool to do research for me, or
Right.
even edit stuff, copy edit stuff like that. At least in my industry, there are pros and cons to using AI. And I think, just to counter what you said, it's a little bit, I think you have to embrace it, but don't heavily rely on it in your everyday tasks. But
Right.
I know if we, especially if I would have had it when I was in college, like
Right.
these students are lucky these days, because you could create a whole damn study guide and using Chat
Right.
GPT, and
Right.
you know you can help your kids out with homework doing using
Right.
AI.
But let me ask you this though, like, from just from a humanity standpoint though. You know what I mean? From a humanity standpoint, I'm talking about, like, are we relying so much on technology that we're not even using muscle memory anymore? Because I feel like, in a way, it's kind of making us, mentally and physically lazy in a way too, though. You know what I mean? I
Yeah, I
really,
can't argue that point. That's true.
I feel like that. Like you said, it can be a good tool to utilize, to try to get some stuff done quicker. I definitely get that. But I'm saying the way that they going with it now, like I seen some stuff on social media, man, where they not even thinking about how it makes the families of Tupac, Kobe, all of the people that's passed. They're not even thinking about you know how they playing around with this stuff, making the families of these people that lost loved ones feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got
I,
Tupac, Kobe, and Michael Jackson riding in a drop top Bentley through California. I'm just saying, like, and I'm saying
yeah.
it looks so real. They got the voices and everything, bro. The voices,
They
the
do.
emotion, the whole thing. To me, that's kind of scary in a way.
Yeah. Did you see the viral videos, the viral AI videos with like Martin Luther King? And I think
Bruh, that's what I'm
King
saying.
family, they
That's what I'm
denounced
that
it, and yeah,
that's what I'm saying, bro. That's
I think
exactly
you
what
have
I'm
to have
saying.
morals and have, certain type of ethics to, you know, utilize AI videos or AI content, and, make sure you're not disrespecting people.
Right.
But,
Cause that,
of course,
cause my
that,
my thing, cause my thing is this: they're gonna have to eventually put some type of laws in place.
yeah,
Because
we need
right now,
guardrails.
yeah, right now, people just wilding out right now, making whatever videos they want to make, of whoever they want to make it of, or whatever. And to me, I just don't think that that's cool. I think that there should be some boundaries and some laws put in place to where people can actually sue people
Yeah.
for using somebody else's likeness, for you know what I mean? Because at the same time, everything that's being, the way that they're looking at it, like it's something to evolve the world. At the same time, you still got, on the criminal side, you still got those people, you looking at it as a weapon as well. What about that? Are we even thinking about that? You know what I'm saying? The capabilities of, I mean, we already dealing with the hackers. We was dealing with the hackers already. Imagine what type of level they on now, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's scary,
I,
bro.
yeah. Yeah. I think we are living in some uncertain times. And yeah, because AI might continue to evolve, and then people using it, you know, mischievous stuff like you're talking about. So yeah,
Exactly.
those are the
Then you
downfalls.
that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Then you got to think about, you got to think about the direction that they're going. I'm starting to see a whole bunch of stuff. They got people already protesting, over there in the UK and stuff like that, because they trying to force that footprint ID thing on them. And imagine that though. I was doing some research on that. And that's another thing that's kind of scary too, because it's like, once we lose, our own personal identities and personal space, like where's the privacy yet? To the point to where, I was looking at a video or they was talking about it, and they were saying like, they can control, they'll tell you, like, let's just say like you went shopping and you spent $200 or whatever buying groceries or whatever the case may be, and then you want to go back and go spend another 50. Like, they'll tell you that you hit a limit. That's it for the day, or that's it for this week or whatever. Have you tapped into that? I've been tapping in on that, trying to just keep my ears to that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Bro, I'm telling you, look it up. Go online and look it up. They already talking about it already, and they trying to introduce it over there in the UK right now. Like, they protesting heavy over there right now, man. Because like at that point, we have no rights at that point.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I didn't get the memo, man.
Yeah, you ever seen the movie Demolition Man?
Yeah, but
Where
I
where
can't remember.
it was with Sylvester
That's
Stallone,
yeah.
Wesley Snipes,
Mhm.
and remember they were frozen.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so and when they unfroze them and they came back, this is how crazy it is, and this is how they show us stuff in movies. But we looking at it like it's a movie, but these are ideas that's like, these people are like 50 years, like 50 steps ahead of us, bro, with this
Mhm.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? So remember in that movie how when they unfroze them and they came back, things wasn't the way that it used to be, because it was a perfect world that they created. And
Right.
remember, it was the mark. Everybody that didn't take the mark of the beast, they lived underground. Remember?
Yeah.
And it's like he when he came back, of course he was back on the he was a cop again. And like, even if you curse, you get a citation. You
Mhm.
remember that?
Yeah. Now
Bro,
you're gonna make me pull up that movie
I'm
tonight.
telling you, look at that
That's
move,
a
bro.
classic.
That's what they're trying to do, create a perfect world, man. These people are trying to be a higher being. Like, they're
Mhm.
they're taking it to a whole nother level. And once you start, and the weirdest thing is, like, you can't even look anything up. You can't Google anything or research or look anything up, because guess what? That's popping up on your TV.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I've noticed that. Yeah. I feel like I don't know if that has to do with AI, but the power behind social media networks like
Hmm.
Mark Zuckerberg, because I don't know much about that stuff, but I feel like they're reading your mind. When I go to Google, it's like I was just thinking about something, talking to somebody on the phone about something, and like the keywords just, right when I start typing, it just pops up in the
That's what I'm
Google.
telling you. That's what I'm telling you, bro.
But I know based on search history, if you scrolling on social media, they show you ads based on what you're searching. I know that part, but I'm just talking about like just stuff, the automatic, prompts are coming up like, damn, are you reading my mind?
That's what I'm
Are
trying
you
to
are you
tell.
listening to my phone conversation?
Bro, that's that.
Crazy.
I'm gonna send you a video, man. I'm telling you, that's where they're going with this stuff, man. And that's what I'm talking about. That's scary. You know what I mean? That's scary when we have no privacy in the comforts of your own home, which is supposed to be the most sacred private place for you to be yourself and unwind. And we're losing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's scary, bro. That's scary. That's really scary to know that we're in the process of damn near losing our privacy, and then we finna switch over to digital currency. you know it's pretty much over with at that point. We have no control. Ain't no more ducking no more money off under the mattress or putting it in your little safe or stuff, because you're not even going to be able to spend that, because all that stuff is going to be converted over to digital currency. Then the hackers are going to have a field day.
Yeah.
You know what I
Man,
mean?
I see Sheen on the screen, man. I just want to give a shout out to Sheen.
Yeah, we
I haven't
definitely got to give a.
did a press release for them in a while. Just bringing back memories. I see it sponsored by Sheen. Sheen is very awesome magazine.
Man, they are such an incredible family over there, man. I'm telling you, and it's such a blessing. Definitely got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Sheen Magazine, man, just for sponsoring the Vibe Perspective. It's just a blessing, man. They so supportive of the whole Vibe family and the Vibe brand all the way around the board. Shout out to Miss Kim, the owner and the founder of Sheen Magazine, man. Love her to death, man. Definitely got some big things in the works. Jew's launching a new show. Strong Jewel is launching a new show. Night Vibes. That's gonna be super amazing as well. Super excited. We got some stuff, man, and all of the stuff that me and you got that we finna cook up, man. That's getting ready to come down the pipe. Super excited about all that stuff. So y'all make sure y'all stay tapped in, man, because we 2026 is gonna be crazy for the Vibe brand overall. I'm telling you. So y'all want to
Yeah.
stay locked in, because we finna do some big things. It's time for us. We back outside. I'm gonna say that we back
Yeah.
outside. We let everybody have fun and eat after COVID, and we took a little break to rebrand and you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
just have to, sometimes you gotta mentally disconnect sometimes, man, because
You do.
this stuff could really be addictive. If you look at the wave from the last 5 6 years, um man, it's everything is content now. Everybody's online, and it's a very competitive space right now. You know what I mean? Very competitive space right now, because which that's a good thing, because it is creating opportunities for people, to make money and stuff like that, which I'm not knocking that, but at the same time, it is a crowded, congested space right now, for people who really do this, real journalists that really do this. It's really crowded, and I kind of don't like the fact that, you know um everybody feel like they could just do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. I share the same sentiments. You must have read my mind, because I feel like things are becoming oversaturated, and
Hmm.
everyone. And I'm not knocking folks who aspire to be journalists and stuff, but the social media just opened up the doors for anybody to say that they're a journalist.
Right.
Everyone can say that they're a podcast
Right.
or they have a podcast or radio show. So I don't know. My apprehension about that is that it could affect people wanting to tune in and try out new shows, because they're like, man, this is we have way too many of these type of shows,
Right.
and it's just I don't know.
No, I agree.
I
I
wish
agree
people
with
would
you.
be more unique and try to like create their own lanes.
Yeah, and see, I agree with you on that, because and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like I say, not trying to drift off the road into a hater space, but and far from that, but I'm just saying, like, at the same time, I think that we are kind of getting far away from um organic creativity. I think that we're getting far away from that. You know what I mean? Because it's just I remember when we first started doing this, it wasn't as congested, you know, um, to after COVID. So now we're in a space now. If everybody is a content creator, if everybody is creating, who's the consumer? Who's consuming anything, because everybody is working on something and creating something and got a new show, got a new podcast. They are journalists, they are fitness guru, they are a health specialist, they this, they that. Then okay, so who's consuming the content? Then it puts it in a space to where you don't have fans. Now you have to buy fans now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Who are you gonna sell product to if everybody is selling?
Yeah.
So that, that's what I'm working on daily, trying to figure out the trying to figure out how to navigate through this new era, this new wave that's out there now. You know what I mean? Because and and back to what we were talking about, you don't really know what's real anymore, and that's bad because it's almost like that feeling when they threw the whole COVID thing out there or whatever. You remember how it felt when you were around people or somebody coughed or something like that? You just was like, oh, what? Oh,
Yeah.
hey,
Like, what is
you
this?
you good? You good,
Right,
huh?
right.
It's weird, man, and it took a little while for us to get out of that phase of just being, and it's sort of like that now, man, because it's like you don't really know what's real or what's fake anymore because you know they all excited about somebody that you online looking at who's a whole AI,
Yeah.
not even a real person, but looks like a real person, talking like a real person, got emotions and moving and emotion like a real person and all of that. It's like you can't even decipher if that's a AI person or if that's a real person. So people can really play with your thoughts and play with your mind. You falling in love with a whole AI person who controlling it. Think about it.
Yeah. For real. I'm sure if you go digging, there's probably somebody out there who probably a news report out there about somebody saying, oh, they married a they're in a relationship with some AI figure. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear some crazy stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It really, really is. It really, really is crazy. So I wanted to ask you too, man, like on your end, you got a lot of exciting things going on with the space that you in on the journalist side too. Let me keeping up with all of the stuff you be having going on and stuff like that, man. You be really putting out some dope articles and had the opportunity to be around a lot of prolific people. What's that like? What's that like rubbing elbows in that space?
Yeah, man. So yeah, when we were doing our thing, before when you first launched the show, man, I feel like a dinosaur now. Like at that time I was covering politics, covering all the craziness going on in Florida. The governor here, Governor Ron DeSantis, I was following, all his moves in Florida. Now I transition more into communications and PR. So it's kind of been fun, but I still miss being full time in politics, being at the state capitol, hearing people talk about bills that, are coming, coming through the Florida legislature and stuff. So, but now I think, I talk to folks like you who have just inspiring stories, people in media, kind of just shedding a light on them, kind of like, they have that publication called Boy, like ATL and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah,
We do
yeah, yeah.
a lot of interviews like that and make them inspirational. And I'm not knocking, I'm actually interviewing people. I'm not just sending them a questionnaire. But
Right.
yeah, man, I love telling people stories, and I think that's the reason why I really got into journalism because I don't like the microphone in front of me. I like putting the microphone in front of someone else. But yeah, it's been kind of cool, And actually, the company I work for is, they embrace AI, so they use AI in their news distribution tools and stuff like that. So, but even like I tell people all the time, like I only like to use AI, just as a supportive tool, but I don't
Right.
rely on it on my, in my day to day tasks. I
Right.
never can do that.
Right.
I
I
feel
just
like
think
you would be kind of downplaying me as a journalist. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's it. Look, that's exactly how it would be. That's exactly how it would be. And that's the thing that bothered me about it though. AI could be something to be excited about, but I just I don't I'm afraid of losing the physical that physical interaction with people, man. Because I'm a people person, and that's something that I don't want the world to lose, man, because a lot of people don't like to talk anymore physically. Everybody's texting each other or emailing each other or whatever. Families not really spending a lot of time together no more. And it's like everything is online now. Everything, shopping
Yeah.
online. You don't have to go nowhere. It's like, to me, I'm still big on the experience. you know
Yeah.
that experience. I like going to the grocery store. You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
I like going to the store, and I don't like to buy everything online and just have it shipped to the door. It's good to have that tool, but I'm just saying, like, at the same time, you know everything we knew of, going to the store, actually picking up the item, trying it on.
Right.
It's like the malls are shutting down. You
Yeah.
look around, everything's closing down. You know what I mean? Everything's closing down. What are they gonna take away next? We'll take amusement parks away next, or we're gonna come
Right.
up with a virtual amusement park. Like,
Right.
well, put the
Yeah.
goggle,
Everybody.
put the thing on, and you gonna go to the. It's. I'm just saying, like, for the kids, man, it's just like, I just don't know what to say no more, because they so trapped in the virtual world now, man.
Yeah.
To where they just don't know how to even interact when they do come around family and stuff like that. They don't even know how to interact. They just sitting there, and if you, God forbid, they not on the technology, because they just sitting there like zombies.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad. I mean, compared to how we grew up, we were playing in the park, and we weren't really attached to social media. Well, we didn't really have social media back in my day. We had MySpace, maybe.
Right.
Facebook was just had just launched when I was in college. I remember. It was a college thing. I don't know if people realize that Facebook was just for college students. Then
Right.
that shit grew fast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to give a big shout out to Mama Jew. Is in the building. Shout out to Mama Jew. I love you, darling. I know she probably sipping, what time it is. She's probably sipping some wine or something like that. If you are, darling, sip, take a sip for me.
Right. For me too.
Right. Shout out to everybody that's on the live, man, right now. Strong Jewel on there, moderating, going hard on there, man. Just love her so much, man. Always holding me down for sure. Man, listen, brother. I want to tell you this, you really, really dope, man. You dope at what you do. Reading your stuff, I just want to tell you I'm proud of you though, man. Like, because a lot of things you talked to me about that you wanted to fulfill, you fulfilled those things, man. Some of those things that we
I
talked
appreciate
about,
it, man.
and just to see it, um, it just makes me proud, man, because, as men, when you have those conversations with somebody that you confide in, man, that you trust, that you're cool with and got love with, and you see those things that we talk about manifest, is really motivation and inspiring, man. You know what I mean? Because I was with you when you were going through a
Yeah.
little slump. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And to see you on feet shining, you know what I mean, looking good, man, in the high rise, doing your thing. It's inspiration, man. And I just wanted to tell you that, man. I'm proud of you, man. I really, really am, man. For real.
Yeah, I mean, that means a lot. Your viewers probably don't know this, but Kano and I, we talk off camera a lot. He knows about past toxic relationships.
Absolutely.
To when I got laid off from jobs, dealing with being
Absolutely.
fired, and it's just a constant grind. And I also want to give you your flowers too, because you know, you built this thing from the ground up with no connections. I tell you that all the time over the phone. That wow, man, like you know, a lot of folks usually have an insider, who helps them get interviews and stuff. But
Right.
man, you build a solid team, and y'all just got it from the mud.
You know, it's
And
funny, man, because you were there at the building stage of it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's just something to be proud of, man. I really appreciate you, man. I appreciate that, because that means a lot coming from you, man. Because you actually watched it grow into what it is. You watched the seeds get planted, fertilized, and even help pull the weeds out to make sure the
yeah,
soil stayed. It was everything was planted on good soil. You know what I mean? So that means a lot. That's why I love you, man. You my brother, man. You know what I mean? To the end. We till the wheels fall off on this thing. And that's why it was only right to bring you on for the first episode and many, many more to come, man. You know what I'm saying? We producing these things, man, executive producing these things and stuff like that. So I'm just excited about 2026, the ride. I cannot wait for you to meet Jewel. I can't wait for you to meet her, bro. Like, we're gonna definitely take a trip out there and come out there, and you got to come out here and vibe out with us too, because we got so much stuff that we all about to do collectively in the 2026 year, because we all back outside now, and we like finna pipe it back up again, man. You know how we did it. We
yeah,
finna pipe it all the way up this time, man, and continue to push and spread that love, man, and stick to our roots and uplifting and motivating people and inspiring people and encouraging people, man. That's just, we don't have to conform and go to the other side. We'll stay on the wholesome side, man, and just continue to
yeah,
just uplift and motivate and inspire people. The core of what we built everything on. You know what I mean? Despite the way that the conditions of the world is right now, where everybody's selfish and only self-centered and think about they self and what they can gain from somebody, but we have to give, man, because I'm a stickler to this. I just don't think that nothing is more powerful than love.
mm,
I just don't. I think that's the most powerful source, and I just stick with that. That's why I try to always show love and spread love and try to encourage people, man. And that's why I rock with you, because you're on the same type of time. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, the jog your memory, unless you already remember when we first linked up, it was because you interviewed Christopher Playmark. And at the
Right.
time, I was doing some public relations work for him, and he was launching this new media brand. And
Right.
yeah, man, he loved the interview, and ever since that, Kano and I just clicked.
Right. Been jam tight ever since, man. And that's what I'm saying. And we have to hold on to each other more, man, and continue to give each other, our flowers, man. Like, and we gotta love people while they're here. We don't know
Yeah,
how much more longer, man, this place is gonna be around, man. We just don't know. So that's why we gotta try to focus more on the things we do have, the blessings that we do have. Cause I mean, we really all blessed, man. You know what I
right.
mean? And I just think, and me, that's all I try to do, man. I try to focus on, cause there be so much going on, man, in the world. I try to just focus on the positive and try to be positive. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
when I'm down, I lean on Jude. She picked me right back up. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful, um, and I'm excited about what we're about to do in 2026, man. Like, I'm super super excited, man. If you could
yeah.
um if you could leave leave the world with, I want you to tell, just spread some light right fast, man. If you could drop a gem on anybody that may be going through anything right now at this very moment, may be low in spirit, may be uninspired, may be thinking about giving up or kicking the bucket. Like, if you could drop some gems of encouragement, man, like what would you tell these people right now?
Yeah, man, that's kind of this subject kind of not to get get emotional in the show, but it kind of hits
We
home.
getting emotional. We getting emotional.
Yeah, yeah. I had a homeboy who just passed and
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
suicide.
Wow.
So, one thing, just I'll admit is that, him and I had, we had our issues just like any regular friendship, since I've known him since I was like in high school.
Right.
Growing up, we kind of, fell apart. And, I talked to him like 2 weeks before, this incident happened. And, it was really messing with me. I'm not gonna lie. And it made me realize life is too short once again. And,
Right.
if if you love that person, you have a strong foundation and friendship with them, try to pull the good, pull out more of the good than the bad.
Right.
Because I'm even faulting myself that I think with me, I was more so distancing myself from folks. I was in that era of my life where, I'm like, man, if I'm still attached to people, I was thinking it would bring me down, but you can still love somebody from a distance. I've
Facts.
learned that, and they can still be your brother, even when y'all disagree. Yeah, I'm being
Right.
very transparent now. I feel like now it's a therapy session,
Right.
so I'm trying to take my own advice and just remember, like, give people flowers while they're still here. Even though I was a forgiving person, still realize that folks are dealing with their own emotional and mental issues, and sometimes it's nothing against you. And that was the part that I struggled with because, unfortunately, my friend had some mental issues. Like we all have issues.
Right.
I believe everyone does, but we didn't. Me and people in this circle, in the past, we didn't realize it was that serious. And had I known that he was contemplating something as serious as taking his own life,
Right.
I would have stayed on the phone with the man for hours if he wanted to. The type of person I am is like all that stuff is heavy when it comes to something serious and you really struggling mentally.
Man, that's real.
And, you know, he looked up to me like a big brother. So for me, I would tell people like, really, don't isolate yourself. Even if it's not a family member, really have that strong circle, that foundation. Like keep good people in your life.
Right.
That can hold you accountable. That can, talk to you on the phone when you're not really feeling in the best of spirits. Remember that everything will get better with time. And that's what I tell my friend if he was struggling with a job. We don't know. I don't know why, what was going through his mind.
Right.
But, very talented guy, very talented artist. So, yeah, man, I just think we have to remember to count the simple blessings. And I try to do that. I try to work on myself. Even when, I'm hard on myself, I'm sure a lot of people can relate, because we all live in a world where we're like, I'm trying to accomplish all these goals, but remind yourself, didn't you wake up today?
Right.
Yeah.
Wow,
Can't you
bro.
walk?
Right.
If you
Right.
forget about that kind of stuff.
Man, that's deep, man. That's deep. That's deep. That hit me there as well because that's some words of wisdom, man, and that's some words to live on, man, for real. Now I know that touched somebody out there because it definitely touched me. I mean, I tell you, we wrapping up, man. I just want to tell you, brother, 2026, man. This our year. You already know what time it is. You already know the vibes, man. I want to thank you for taking time, man, to come on the show. You already know we got big, big things in the works, man, for 2026, my brother. I love you, man.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Absolutely, man. You already know the vibe. Shout out to everybody, man, that actually pulled up and showed some love, man. We just want to thank y'all for that. I know everybody got so much stuff that they have going on out there, man. But just to pull up on us and show us a little love, man, we really, really appreciate that. Episode 1, we wrapping it up, man, with the one and only Ike Morgan. Just want to tell everybody we hope y'all have a blessed rest of the night. And we will see y'all the next episode next Saturday. Y'all look out for the promos. Shout out to our sponsor, Sheen Magazine. Ike, love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
Peace.